hills and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. I want the chance to spit in his eye. Well, they gave me bars, but I can see between to a dusty yard and a long gone green. They call that freedom, if you know what I mean. And I dry my sorrows, but the whiskey's gone. I'm sober as a judge.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shortbangers. This is episode 46. I've got John and Colin with me. John, Colin, he's both well.
Rocking and rolling, mate.
Rocking
and rolling.
Right, we'll just get cracking. What has this is Kaiser Soze? What's got more chance of coming home, football or Shamima Begum?
Well, I think it's clearly
the odds have changed, I think, since he asked the
question.
When
did they send that in before last night?
Yeah, yesterday. So, what time? I think it was after the game.
Right.
I'm getting myself a deep fried pizza supper if it'll put an end to these shenanigans.
Would you put salt and sauce on your pizza supper?
Aye.
Pizza suppers are amazing. It's funny because if I had a pizza out of the oven, there's no danger I'd be chucking brown sauce on it.
No. Or even salt. You wouldn't put salt on it.
No. And I put salt on a lot of things, but I wouldn't put salt on a pizza. I definitely wouldn't be fucking chucking brown sauce on it.
You didn't put any sauce on your pizza out of the oven? Or even if you got with Domino's or Pizza Hut?
No. Do you?
Aye.
What sauce do you put on it?
Just depends what I'm feeling, what I fancy.
What topping you? I'll give us an example. What kind of thing you having? Like ham and pepperoni or something? What would you chuck on it?
Obviously try to lose a bit of weight, so takeaways are just forbidden in the house, largely. But the wife, there was a couple of times just after she'd given birth where we got a pizza, and I allowed myself a wee slice or two, but I think she got like a meat feast or something, and that's just pretty much a clean plate for any sauce, or a blank canvas, for any kind of sauce you want. Could be sweet chili, could be a bit of brown, could be tomato. Like I say, it just depends what you're feeling.
It's already got a tomato sauce on it.
I know. Or barbecue, or a wee bit extra barbecue.
Well, sometimes the Domino's is the one that gives you the dip for the crust.
Aye.
Wouldn't they normally dip the pizza into the thing?
I've poured that over pizza before. Honest, I swear I won't be the only person that does this.
Well,
has appeared on or listens to the podcast.
There's a thing. So I've got a mate who swears by, it's like Tesco chili mayonnaise, which is really nice, by the way. He got me a bottle one time after he was telling me about it. He's like, I'll bring some in for you. He brought in, and it was fucking nice. But he puts it on beans. Kind of, if it's a baked potato with beans, chili mayo on it as well. He'd have it on pizzas and all the rest of it. But where I was going, Aegon, right, when we worked there, they did in the restaurant a gyros chicken pizza. So, like it's like a kind of, if you imagine a sort of doner kebab, but made of chicken. And they cut it with the wee shaver thing. So it's all grilled, juicy chicken's fucking delicious. They put it on the pizza, but then they put some salad on there, so like rocket lettuce, whatever. And then you put some Caesar dressing on the top of it. And that is unbelievable.
Oh my lord!
Aye. So
that sounds alright, like.
Aye, it was really good. But I think I'd put ketchup or brown sauce on a pizza, unless it's a pizza for the chippy, in which case salt and sauce is fucking a necessity.
Why is that then? Is that because it's dried out because it's been in the? Well, it's dried. Dried out. It's not dried out because it's fully greased, but you get what I mean. It dries it.
Aye,
because of the crispness. It's a weird texture.
Aye, it's more dry than because of the grease, which
it sort of makes
the sauce goes all. No. The sauce dries up. It hardens a bit, doesn't it?
Aye, the pizza when it's deep fried, the base it goes almost like a wee bit spongy. It's beautiful, like when it soaks up the sauce. So you're probably not doing it to add sauce to the pizza there. It's because it gives you that. For me anyway, it would be a texture thing.
Aye, mouth spot.
Yeah, a bit crunchy, a bit vinegary, but soft. Oh my god, I might just get a pizza supper on Sunday anyway.
You tried a pizza crunch supper?
No.
Once.
Is that pizza and batter?
Aye, pizza and batter. Decent.
I don't think the batter I got was the best on it.
It was
it was a bit soggy batter, it wasn't. So wasn't that impressed.
Right. Anyway, what was that? More chance of coming home? Did we say?
No,
I'm
it's
going to
just
say
the
shit me
football,
back.
because they're a
Well,
50% chance. Isn't it?
50% chance, right? Johnny asked, do you think there will be one language in the future? So will everybody just end up speaking the one language?
I think
don't think
we're
so.
heading that way. Well, nah, because you're always going to have French
too
and
precious.
German and Spanish.
Folk are too precious. You'll start a war, man, if you start to say you've got to
You can't. Well,
take your language away from them. Look, it was still like that with the Gaelic channels and the Welsh channels and all that.
aye, it's true. But
I know it's tiny
most of the
numbers.
folk are multilingual, though, aren't they? Or bilingual at least. So they would speak the native tongue plus a common tongue, if you like. Was there no like a language called, right, I could be wrong here, Esperanto or Esperanto or something like that was designed to be sort of universal that everybody could use, but obviously didn't take off to the
But I heard that.
I'm
Google
sure
it,
I've heard the word before, but
Esperanto, I think it is.
Esperanto.
This is definitely verging back towards QI.
Aye, I think. Well, everyone's getting smaller, and everybody connects more. So it probably makes sense that it would all turn out that folk eventually would talk at least one language in common with the majority of the world.
Yeah.
Esperanto is the world's most widely spoken constructed international auxiliary language. Whatever the fuck that means.
That's pretty much what I said, isn't it?
Aye.
More or less. Right, TG Willis said, would you rather Italy beat England on Sunday on the understanding pizza was never invented? So going back to a previous conversation there, so you can have guaranteed Italy win, but pizza's never been invented. Calling your pizza oven would be fucking useless for a start, wouldn't it? That'd be disappointing.
I wouldn't have invented it. It would never have been invented, I guess.
Aye.
I could live with that. Definitely. There's so many other
You never bought it though.
beautiful
It's
things.
easy for you to say.
Controversial here, but I don't want them to win. But I don't know if I'll be that bothered if they do. I'll just turn over. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to get myself that worked up.
Life will carry on.
See-
and I can
see
feel
when-
like a pizza.
When you've coped with Hearts winning some, can I mean?
That's much worse.
100 times worse. So
How different would it be? Like when we've suffered all the chat that we suffered this tournament, the previous tournament, every tournament before that. It'll just be that amplified a little bit more.
aye,
But
Will
it'll
it, or
still
will it
be
be a bit more
really
like-
shit.
Hmm.
I mean, they'll probably all
you-
get fucking knighted as well.
but they will. Aye,
Southgate
undoubtedly.
Sir Gareth. Oh, fuck no.
He'll get knighted anyway. Aye, because he's got to a final nibby since. I think
But as we
nobody's
know,
nobody's
as we
mentioned
know-
it, but I think this is the first time since 1966 that they've got to a
Still
final.
don't.
I'm trying to take that on a hunch because
It's not
none
an
of the
achievement to
commentators
get
have
to a
brought it up.
final. We've covered that at
Oh, aye.
length. It's not an achievement. So
Here it is.
the Queen can fuck off with her knighthoods.
If they get beat on Sunday, they'll want them all sacked again.
Oh,
Because
aye.
that's what's happening.
For the Legion.
Could you imagine?
Effigies of Raheem Sterling will be on the front page of the Sun getting all sorts of
It was
abuse
even
again.
in the fucking team.
Aye. That see, I'm fortunate in this situation in that my mum and my big sister are both English, so I'm always like, I want to see them happy. So it's like a win-win situation for me. It doesn't really matter what happens. I can be happy either way.
See, the hearts and minds battle is the one that you've got to battle against, because I've got a nephew in Australia who was born in Australia, albeit to English parents, who is fucking mental about going daft about the possibility of, football coming home. And I'm thinking, actually, it'd be quite nice, like for him to experience that. But then the other 99% of me thinks, nah, fuck him.
It's on the other side of the world, eh? I don't mind. I'd rather keep the pizza, to be fair. Right, Raymond. This question is, which aircraft do you think had the greatest influence on the outcome of the geopolitical landscape of post-World War II Europe?
Is it a multiple choice or is it?
No, no multiple choice. You just have to. See, I was thinking there's the warplanes, but Spitfires and that. World War II. World War One was too early for planes fighting, wasn't it?
No, it was biplanes in World War One.
So that's. I mean, they were ahead of their time. If you think if they
Fought
were.
for both sides.
That's quite liberating for that period, kind of when you consider what happened after that. So, well, it must be the big fucking bombers. I don't know the names of them. Like, I'm
I'm trying to think. There
a
was
plane anorak, unfortunately.
I'm not, but I'm thinking there was something called the de Havilland, and there was the Vulcan, but I don't know that it was the Avro Vulcan. That was the big one that fought. I say fought. It just dropped bombs on the Falklands. But that was around for a good number of years. And I think that was developed post Second World War.
What kind of plane was Enola Gay that dropped the Hiroshima bomb? Do you know?
It was going to be like a McDonnell Douglas something, was it not?
Don't know.
Oh no! Wait! Was it a B2? No, or a B, not a B52. B. It was a B something.
Oh, B-52s, they were a band as well, but B-52 was a
songs.
bomber. But they came
B-52 was
they came what era?
I think they called the B52 the big fat fucker, BFF. But I can't remember the designation or the class. I'm honestly not a fucking plane buff, by the way.
I've no idea what you're talking about, right? But see, mind Concorde, mind that thing.
Aye.
Have you spoken about this before? Why did they not make another one after they decommissioned it?
Aye, that's a great
If it was
question,
that
by
good.
the way. Aye, because they just found a fault with it, and surely they would have went, is the rest of it all right? Aye, just fix the fucking fault then.
Aye, it's mad that they never made it better, made it even faster. Instead, they just went, fuck it, put it in the bin.
There's a book that I read. It was like it was a Jeremy Clarkson one, and they covered like 10 different vehicles. Like there was a speedboat in there, there was a 747, and it talked about Concorde. And I've just completely lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
Why
About
did they make a
Concorde?
better one?
Why are they making a better one? Oh no! There was a quote, and they said the quote from the person that helped develop Concorde. Obviously, they would say this, but they said it was more difficult to get Concorde to work than it was to put man on the moon, because of the aerodynamics, thermodynamics, everything else.
And they only done man on the moon once as well, as we covered last week. You know?
But to be fair, that man on the moon, you're only going up. It's only one direction, isn't it? They just go up and keep going up until they get to the moon. I think that's how that works. Whereas Concorde had to go left and right and up and down.
Yeah.
So
it was probably
you can imagine that's right.
It was probably something to do with like cost, the routes that it travelled. Because where did it fly?
New York. Just London to New York, was it not?
Well, Paris, because it went to it was Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is where the tragedy happened with it when they decommissioned it. I totally agree with you, Collins. Hey, why did they not try and make it go faster? Which is the one thing. Like, surely could have put bigger engines on it or whatever. Right. But then when they went, that's a problem. Why, rather than just scrapping the whole fucking lot, did they not just go change that wheel with that type of wheel or whatever?
It was the boy that done the drawings retired, and I thought, key man, nobody else could do the drawings.
You never tell anybody how to do it.
No.
You read about it occasionally that someone is trying to bring Concorde back. Like I think Richard Branson was involved, and there's been a few other people in the last few years have talked about doing a new one. I think the difficulty is that, like, I don't know when it was that it came out or when it was released. Was it late 60s, early 70s? So by the time they decommissioned it already had about 30 odd years of service.
That's good points. Well, they'll all be old, but they could have built new ones of the same design. That's the mental thing about it. I think what happened was folk with big noses got sick of the comparisons, and when the opportunity came just to can it, they were in sufficient positions of power that they went, it's not worth fixing it. Just let it go.
Just so you think it's PC gone mad. We're trying to stop the billion.
Aye, over that period of time, the insult he's got a nose like Concorde will have.
I'm just looking up there. It was 1969, but you could get from London to New York in under 3 hours. 2 hours 52 minutes. Yeah,
that's decent.
By now it should be like 2 hours.
Aye,
you know what I mean? Like Formula 1 get faster every year, and they have crashes. And they just go, fucking hell, you need to just lower that bit or put that on, or put the flappy things on that slow it down in that. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see you after IRA.
Pretty much word for word a technical meeting at Ferrari. I've seen the minutes before this.
I bet that's what the driver's saying. Right, I'm fucking trying to go fast here, and they fucking flappy things.
Well, they're looking at what is it, the Hyperloop things? You've seen that? But they're wanting to build, which is fucking just ridiculous speeds that you just kind of get shot again. Whoosh, be like if the world stops and you go flying. It's like that. They just and I'm sure they said Edinburgh to London in something like half an hour. But
That still seems like, if you're talking about that kind of technology, 30 minutes still seems too long.
to be fair,
I bet they still take maybe an hour as well, because it's like one of them, and you get it's an hour and a half, and you go, how the fuck's it going to take? I fly it every weekend to London.
3 years either side boarding and fucking dismounting. Aye. Right. For good question, Raymond. Anyway, I'm glad you came to us with that. I'm glad we were able
Maybe
to
he knows
answer
a
it.
Concord answer if he's interested in planes.
Aye.
If he wants to text or tweet in. 80295, is that
Aye,
the
we'll
number?
do a fucking text him.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do that.
What? To get folk to answer their questions to off the ball.
Aye. That's what we need to do. Get the questions sent that we get asked off the ball.
Just the answers. If you've got an answer, text it to 80295 on Saturday lunchtime, and they'll be looking at it going, fuck, what would they be our topic this week? We need to do that. Right, Dave Graham, what will be your Sunday dinner this weekend, and do you add spinach to that lasagna?
I've planned I'm mincing tatties this Sunday, so.
I made lasagna
It's
last
it's
night for a couple of nights ago. It was fucking lovely.
Kim, what goes nice with minced ties is some
sauce.
Branston's sweet chili and jalapeno relish. Just the blob on the side.
It doesn't sound like it would go with it, but
Doesn't
take your word for it.
Have you
Seems
tried
confident.
sweet chili, haggis, sweet chili, and mozzarella on a panini? Doesn't sound like it would go, but it does.
Haggis is underrated, eh? Haggis goes with loads of things.
Aye, I was going to say a haggis. Saying that haggis is underrated is like saying David Bowie's underrated.
Do you think?
Haggis is underrated because there isn't enough of the world that enjoys it, but it's fucking brilliant.
Aye. I never thought we would compare Haggis and David Bowie, but I'm glad we did.
That's why I'm here.
Right,
I tried. Sorry, that's a wee joke for one of my mates. I tried to argue the point of him once before that David Bowie was underrated. Like, even as widely regarded or as highly regarded as he would still have been underrated.
Do you know, I think David Bowie had a pretty shite voice. It's like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's not a good singer. Fucking good songwriter than that, but you listen to him singing and you go, fucking hell. Ian Brown for the Stone Roses, fucking brutal at singing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's got a hell of a theory on COVID vaccines.
I can't fucking way out there with that. Alex asked,
substitute.
if a dog could ask a Shortbangers question, what would it ask and why? Colin, you're both dog owners, you're better placed than me. What would... okay, what I hope it would ask is, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Who's at the door? Who's a good boy? Is it me? Is it me? Am I a good boy? Is it me?
If it was the last couple of weeks, my dog would have been asking me, would have been asking Shortbangers, what's wrong with my ear? What's wrong with my eye? What's wrong with my arsehole? Just been one thing after another. I've had to fucking clean up after him. But look at him.
Oh,
loving life.
No half. Did you have to cut my bollocks off? Was that necessary?
Aye. It was.
I
never did it. A lot of folks say, oh, you need to get them cut off at a certain age to calm them down or whatever, but it wasn't to calm them down. Quite like him being daft and bouncy and energetic. It was because we were never going to breed him or have him breed with another dog. And they had one ball that just hadn't descended, and that's a cancer risk. So, when he was about 10 months, got the balls off. Poor wee thing. I felt terrible because he came out and he was so fucking spaced out. It was unreal, and he's got the big cone of shame on, and he had a bad reaction at the stitches, so that was just made him even worse. So we had to get him antibiotics, and as soon as the antibiotics kicked in, that was him. He was just fucking trying to rip this thing off, smashing it about the house, trying to get it off. It was terrible.
The thing is, right, he's probably going, I want like my buzz, I want like my buzz, I want like my buzz, get this cone off my head. And then when he's actually got the cone off his head and he's going to date, what the fuck is this?
Where's my buzz?
Right, what if dogs could vape? That was Liam. I think dogs would vape if they could. There definitely would be dogs that would kick about that would do it. You said they would do it. Oh, how would they do it?
How would they hold it? Two hands.
Just for it's smooth.
Have you seen, Colin, you got a dog, eh? Aye, it'd be like that sort of praying motion. We've got antlers for the dog to chew on, and he doesn't, as much as he doesn't have like opposable thumbs, he does have some sort of control to be able to flip it. So it would probably be kind of like what's that song? Is it Jefferson Starship, the hookah smoking caterpillar? It would be like on all fours on the ground. Kind of praying motion.
You think there would be tough dogs would have fags? Can they be going with the cigarettes? You'd have there'd be poodles, with the big long fucking cigarette holders. Look at them. Your casual dogs would just go the vapes.
There's young kids at school and that vaping now.
Danger.
They've never smoked before, and they're just like getting a fucking strawberry and vanilla fucking vape on the go. What are you doing?
Try to get themselves off the cigarettes before they start.
I was in, I think it was CDT at high school, and one of the boys had been out, it must have been after a break time or something, he'd been out and he'd smoked 2 joints while he was out. He came into CDT and he whited everywhere.
I did that in 6th year. At Friday morning, so we had 3 periods, first thing on the Friday morning, going to the common room, pint the old porta cap and call. Got in there and skinned up, went down the Ficky Park, smoked the joint, went back into the common room, waited, and went home. That was my day at school that day. Was just I went into the toilets at that end of the school, puked, and then went home. My sister was in. She must have been before she was going to work. She worked at Argos at the time. I just tell her I had a migraine. Fucking hell, what a write-off that day was.
Still use that excuse as well.
Aye. I mind we all went into the Ficky, because we used to go up to we got another mate called Colin. We used to go up to his house and smoke at lunchtime and that, and or down to the Ficky Park. I remind we had to show the new first years round. When they come up for the 3-day visit, and we were getting them for RE, which was on the 3rd floor. We were all fucked, and we went up, and it was Mrs. Proctor, the RE teacher, that was there, and we had to take them up to Modern Studies, which was on the 8th floor. Fucking horrendous that when you're like,
just get the fucking lift. That was 8-7. And woke up.
Just what I said, dude.
Hold on, you had porta cabins and lifts at your school?
The porta cabin was the common room for the 6 years. Maybe stereo and everything in it.
The new school fits everything in it. Like, it's fucking mad, because it was 8 floors high, and they had wee buildings around it as well. You know, the English and books and all that. Fucking porta cabin knocked all that down, and they built like a 2-story school at Milton Road, and you're like, fuck, they're fitting everything in.
Kids are weird these days, So that's what it is. I think that's what it is. There's just
big brains.
They've evolved.
Yeah,
brains are much smaller. Debbie asked, where are you moving to if England win the Euros? Well, we've kind of covered that. We'll stay where we are. John, you can move to Australia to see your nephew.
Try and find some way to disappoint him horribly. I'll just be me turning up.
Alistair Taylor says, how often and loudly do you shout at Alexa, and how many times a day do you tell her to fuck off or shut the fuck up?
I do. I've been known to do that. Like,
we've got. I must be a hipster because I've got the Google one. It was the wife that wanted it. I wasn't that bothered about getting it, and I didn't really use it other than, like, it's just a handy speaker in the kitchen. Like, if I'm making dinner or doing the dishes, I'll usually stick a podcast on. Other podcasts other than Longbangers are available.
It just knows good.
I didn't really get into that. Fucking shut the fuck up.
Well, see the thing with the Google one, right? Because I've got that. I'll probably fucking pig in when I say this because it's on the other desk. Alexa, you shout, Alexa, play Stone Roses, right? And then I'll go away and play the Stone Roses. For the Google one, you have to go, hey Google, which there's no way to say that without sounding like I can't, and that puts me off. Like, I do, I sit and go, oh, hey Google, do this, because
hey Google,
fuck off.
It's got to start going now.
Aye, well, it'll be fucking flashing away.
I gave
play
up.
War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
I gave up with mine because I just I've got Spotify, right? Fucking pay a fortune for it, like for the family thing. And you say to Alexa, play fucking Jamiroquai or something, right? And it'll play it on Apple Music. So you start getting adverts in that, and you're like, I've got fucking.
That'll give you the rage.
I've set the fucking settings in that. I didn't get, I didn't get any adverts, and it fucking plays it on Apple Music, and you're like, why are you doing that?
Well, the Google one doesn't have.
Now and just send it and do it like through that. Do they speak that?
The Google one doesn't have Apple Podcasts on it. So if I want to listen to Top Flight Time Machine, I have to go onto Google Podcasts, get that, and then get it to play through that way. It's just a fucking faff because I've already listened to half of them on iTunes, then you have to find which fucking episode you're on. And anyway, right, next question.
First world problems by Matty.
Does Alexa answer you back if you tell her to shut the fuck up?
Aye, it says something like, sorry, either I can't understand that, or sorry, I won't do that, or like it's got a
Aye.
standard response. Aye.
Poor Alexa is sitting in a wee office getting abused by everyone in every language.
They're fucking listening to you. Fucking
Aye.
listens to you. I tell you, my daughter was talking about making a cheesecake or something. I'm going, I want to make a cheesecake at the weekend and that. Then the next day I walked in, it's one of the show ones, it's got the screen.
Yeah.
Walk in, it's got favourite cheesecake recipes, and you're like, I can't ask you. Like, we're having a private conversation.
Is Alexa like the annoying bastard in the pub that just suddenly chimes in, like, go and fuck off? They ask you.
The weird thing there is, so I was sitting on Twitter with looking up the questions, and as we're talking, my phone's tried to play Top Flight Time Machine on iTunes. Fuck off. Right. John McEwen asked, the final on Sunday night, Longbangers are hosting their own coverage. Who from the world of sport and celebrity are you inviting along so you have the right balance of opinion in the studio, and who would your commentary team be? So, right, for the purposes of time, we get a guest each, and then we'll look at as pundits, and then we'll look at the commentary team. So, Colin, who would be your pick to have in the studio for the final?
We're presenting it, so we're there as well. Like.
So we're like the main hosts,
right? And it's celebrity or football, so I'd go Liam or Noel Gallagher, because I'm just desperate to meet one of those two at some point in my life. So if I'm going to choose, I'll just pick one of them.
Which one?
Sorry, I'll go for Liam because he's a bit mental. Noel would be too sensible in that.
John?
Dominique Malonga.
Fucking great shout, by the way. Who cares about England? I would take Roy Keane. Because I kind of watch him now, but thinking if I could Top Flight Time Machine and do a send up him. And did you see what he was saying about being in the concert with fucking Sweet Caroline? He says he went to, was it Neil Diamond?
Aye.
He said, was at a Neil Diamond concert, and I was stood next to this woman who kept singing the songs. As I told her to stop, and I got in a bit of trouble that night, which is like the most Roy Keane fucking thing happened. What about your commentary team? I wouldn't take that boy that commentated on the game last night. That's Sam Matterface. He was fucking
he's
brutal.
Terrible. So's Lee Dixon. I would go for the boys off BBC Alba.
That's a good shout.
Get a bit in the Gaelic, because I sit like I don't even listen to half. I know I'm saying they're shite, but it's because I hear certain things. But I've said, my wife was sitting like, what did you say? I don't know, I actually tuned out. I wasn't listening to them. I'm just watching the match and no listening to them because they talk that much fucking shite that I can manage to. It's just noise. It's just a white noise half the time with them.
The other boys, I quite like to see Cliff Pike and Dave Armstrong do it because we had them on and they were good when they came on. So I'll vouch for them. What about you, John?
Get an Italian boy on that does the go.
Aye, for the old Channel 4, that's exactly who I was thinking. Just him saying that. Let's go to Giovanni. Go.
Right, Ewan Wilson says, do stairs go up or down?
Yes. 3 times I've done that now.
Yes. There was we were on the ferry going from Dover to Cali on holiday, and when you park your car, you go through you've been on the ferry Dover to Cali before?
No.
Like, you park your car and then you go through these wee doors out the car parking bit to go up onto the deck where the restaurant and that is, the bar, etc. And there was a woman who stood there and asked the steward, excuse me, do these stairs go up as well as down? And he went, yes.
But maybe she's thinking it. There's like an escalator to go up. And
maybe
down the stairs, so it's a one-way sort of system.
Could be that.
Maybe that's what she's thinking.
How long does the crossing take?
It's about an hour.
That's not really a lot of time to get settled and have something to eat. That seems.
But once it
That
starts,
seems
bear in
too
mind,
convenient somehow.
there's a bit of faffing about, but it's quite a short crossing. Like it's only it can't be 30 miles or something. The from over to Cali.
I can't remember. Like we went out to Isla. I can't remember exactly where it was that we sailed from, but it was way out on the west coast. And I want to say that took about maybe 2, maybe even 3 hours. But it doesn't seem like it should take that long. But that was enough time to sit down, have a breakfast, have a cup of
Aye.
tea, have a bit of blether, see the dolphins or the porpoise off the boat.
I'm sure it's,
That was
sure
right
it's
nice.
just over an hour.
I'll just
to-
be a shite
to
Indian on
fix.
the boat. I'll just
Aye,
be,
that's
just
it.
load a crapper boat.
Because the ferries
So-
are the big fucking things in the.
Aye.
The fair move.
So the Concorde equivalent. Yeah, but
Aye.
Did they still do the hovercraft off the south coast across to France?
Oh, don't know. Don't know.
I'd like to go on a hovercraft.
Aye, so would I. Never been on one before. All right. Neil Renton, did you ever find out what time is the back of? Because it does my head in. So if somebody says to you, I'll see you at the back of 4, what time
Yeah.
would you consider that to be?
when I see it, I mean sometime between 4 and half 4. That's what I would. The back off is as late as 25 past 4.
So I
don't
reckon
know if that's correct, it's just
quarter
what I
past
mean.
is about the. So if it was after quarter past, I'd probably say between quarter past and half past. But the back of 4 would be probably 4 to 4:15.
Aye. Is there a definitive? I don't know. It's just a thing.
Some people consider it to be just before, which I kind of get my head around that. So 3:55, 3:50
That's
would be the
5 to
back
4.
of 4. Aye.
That's mental. I would have. I'm not saying like we've said something before, and I'll have said like the back of something, and I've just thought, right, it'll be after 4. I'll catch you in the boozer like before the game at the back of 1. So you'll usually just turn up and you'll meet your mates there, and that'll be fine. But to me, it almost kind of sounds like any time after half 4, like the back of 4 approach.
So-
Like the unspoken bit is before 5.
Sean Nichols said back of 4 is 4:40, 4:50, and I won't have anyone tell me differently. And I was like, I would have thought somebody wasn't turning up. If they said I'll be there at the back of 4, and it was knocking on 10 to 5, I'd be going, can't still coming.
Fuck them.
No, because you've got it's nearly fucking 5 o'clock. Keep
Aye.
your phone on them and that.
Because
You'd be going, it's the back of 4. No, it's fucking nearly 5 o'clock.
if I thought I was going to be about 10 to 5, I'd say I'll see you about 5.
Aye.
Because that sets the expectation. It'll be around about 5 o'clock, and then if you're there 10 minutes before, you're early. So, I think if we give a definitive answer to that, or whether we have the authority to give a definitive answer, but if we did,
It's in the first part of the first day, the hour after. Yeah.
aye, first part of the hour after. Right, Alex asked, do trees have backs? Like, if you were to go around the back of a tree for a slash, you'd never technically be behind it, or would you?
I think he's right. Who defines the back and who defines the front?
So
I think if there's something beyond the tree somewhere.
well, it depends which direction
So-
you approached it from, wouldn't it? Because
So if
you could
there's
go behind the
if
tree.
there's a building and there's a tree, the space between you and the building, that's the back of the tree in my mind. But if there's nothing beyond the tree has no back.
Right, but what if you're in the building looking out at the tree? What you're looking at the front of it?
Then you're a pervy bastard looking for folk having a slash.
I think you nailed it there. I think you can be behind the tree. That doesn't
Aye.
mean it's the back of the tree.
Aye.
Because that's
Aye.
the front to someone else. But it's the behind to what you,
So
your front.
it's all relative, isn't it?
Mhm.
Right.
Is that
Did we go beyond 20 minutes with this one? I thought
Aye,
it was
we've-
just
we've-
40
we've-
minutes ago.
But
We've got a
if
4th episode of this.
I make this into a 4th episode, then we've got 2 episodes going out on Monday. Nobody needs that.
You
So,
can just put it on Tuesday.
that's a fucking. We could have done that.
Matty's
got-
Monday calendar.
We've only got a few questions left. Fuck. Right, Matt says, brushing your teeth or wiping your arse, you have to give up one. Which one would it be and why?
Oh no.
Oh, I think this is fairly straightforward. Like, I would give up brushing my teeth.
I think it's easier to deal with that with eating appropriate foods or mints or whatever. Like you could-
Mouthwash.
Aye,
Aye.
well, mouthwash is the other thing, but like you can manage that better. if you couldn't
Just
wipe your
imagine
arse,
Steakman's there when you said it.
that's what I was meaning. But a dirty arse, that'd be nasty. Can you just?
So
It'd be
this is the
itchy
thing.
and smelly.
this is the thing. Can like as much as like we think of wiping your arse as getting a handful of bog roll and you're either a scruncher or you're a wiper. But does that mean that you just can never, like, say you're in the shower, you can't bend over and let the stream batter your sphincter?
Aye, I take it. That's how I presume it. It's just basically you're kind of
Like you can
condemned
never
to-
touch that area. You will just always have a dirty arse.
condemned to a dirty arse for the rest of I mean, that's no pleasant, is it?
No.
Imagine a nicky boxer shorts
Marking,
and that, man.
I was going to say, or bed sheet. Oh,
Can
man,
you-
you'd be
So I reckon you can probably die of an oral disease. Like you get an abscess that suddenly becomes worse, but can you die from having a dirty arsehole?
Aye, I would think that's bound to get
Bound to
infected.
get
But
infected.
not just that. Think about if you scratch your arse. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
that'd be disgusting.
Shite under your fingernails.
Ah, man. I think are you?
Did you answer that then, John? What are you saying?
What was it? Oh, I'm going to say teeth because like I'm a 3 clean wiper as it is. I couldn't give that up. That's a lifetime I have it.
Aye, I think we're unanimous on that one. Pablo asked, "What kind of secret society would you like to start?" So who says we haven't started one already? Eh?
I was just going to say, what did you get?
Aye.
You know something?
What's it's a hard question to answer because I don't care what secret societies there are. Because the first thing
Well,
that
the
sprung to my
Masons.
mind was like, but the Masons isn't a secret, is it? Because you care about it.
No, but the practices are.
Well, there you go.
But so everybody knows there's a thing. Guys going in, I don't know, to the church or whatever it is
Aye.
on a Thursday night and having a few beers after it and getting funny handshakes. And is it a funny handshake? Is it like, do they roll their trousers legs up really? Get what I mean? So there's one I know of that I don't know
Aye.
anything about.
Do you think there's a church of Diego Maradona?
Is that not just a
It's just
Tartan Army supporters club? Is it?
No, I think there's an actual church, like an actual flock.
Do you see? There's a Family Guy when he starts the Church of Fonzie. I sure he figures that he can make money out of it or something. It's charity donations or something. So he does that. I quite like the idea of doing it, but I'm sure you keep in secrets. So there's that issue. Like if it was something like that, I would want to involve too many people. So I'd be like, oh, fucking get all excited about it. We've got a secret society and here's what we do. And then before long it would be every company would care about it.
Aye. Nah, I can keep a secret. I don't mind keeping a secret. But I can't think of what society I would make up.
Would it be men only, or would you have women in as well?
Can I tell you? Like, I'm not getting into it.
Aye, that's the thing. Eh?
I think
Just in case I do it. You know what I mean?
if you were doing it, you would need to have a whole load of fucking daft rules. Like that would be like kind of one of the key is to make some fucking daft rules. Have some
That's like what the Masons says, eh? Funny
aye,
handshakes. And
some
fucking
level of
roll
exclusivity to it. So not necessarily based on sex or
Aye.
kind
Aye.
of age or whatever.
Can you be a female Mason? I think you can be
Dunno.
a female Mason, can you? And they've got that stupid. It's a blackball thing, eh? You can get blackballed in that. So it's like, I don't know, somebody else turns up in this podcast and we get a wee vote and we stick a ball in a bag or something. We go, that's black. You're not in.
You're
know
not
what I
getting
Aye.
to come
To
back
join
on.
your secret society that we've told
Aye.
you about and you want to join.
Aye. Well, you know, seen the Stonecutters with the Simpsons. Rumours and that's effectively what that is. Maybe that's the one I'd start. Is the fucking the Stonecutters, and they get that pissed off from that they go and start a new one, and leave him to it.
No homers.
Aye,
Or you could create one that's like makes up rumours and spreads them. Like
We talked about like trying to start a Longbangers rumour, but we could just never think of one. Like we're having the same difficulty with this secret society as we did with the rumour.
that's a good one though, because you could,
just spread shit.
if you were omnipotent enough, like you had that reach where you could influence in fucking really high places. That's the kind I would like to have, where you could be
What's that one
everything
called, that?
everywhere, and then do
That
things
group?
like that. Just say, right, let's say that Craig Levine's scared of the dark. That's the kind of rumours that I want to put out. Nothing,
Craig Levine's scared of the dark.
Scared of the
Pass
dark.
it on.
aye, nothing sinister, but just have that kind of like he sleeps with the light on,
Can we? Craig Levine's got an Alan Stubbs nightlight.
Aye. Craig Levine's he's he doesn't like goldfish, kind of like that, or just something ridiculous about. I just get it in the news and just say that, go make that your front page, right? Secret Society says front page, and then just have something fucking ridiculous.
Craig Levine can't stomach Imodium.
Aye.
What's the name of that group?
Paul Hartley can't tie shoelaces.
Aye. What's the name of that group that get called the
Oh well, there's anonymous.
The influential group.
So there's anonymous and the literati, Illuminati.
Aye.
That's what I mean.
Well, aye, that one.
Illuminati,
That's
yeah.
the one I was trying to get out. I knew Atty, I couldn't remember the beginning, but
Aye.
that.
So
They name because they can make all the decisions. They put people in power and everything.
aye, but like that, but
That
with a sense of mischief. But it's like it's not nothing sinister about it. We're not reading about
Boris Johnson's Prime Minister, right? They'll no fucking believe it.
Maybe that's what happened. It's just done it for
That's a
fucking
giant
giggle.
wind up.
See if we can get away with it.
Do you think by that point they just went, "Oh fuck this! Like, let's just really be really obvious about what we're up to." They'll never know.
They'll never know. Right, 3 questions to go. Alistair Taylor said, would you rather have bad constipation or bad diarrhea?
Oh, bad diarrhea.
I think I would go with that as well. Because at least it's coming out.
Aye.
The constipation, you get the sore stomach, and you would just like, oh, aye.
I think we've talked about it before. There is a definite sense of satisfaction when you completely empty out.
Yeah.
So, aye, I'd much rather that than be bunged up. TG Willis said, read it open. John, this one for you. It's about golf. Should they bring back stymies, deliberately putting off your opponent and not having golf bags?
No idea what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm still what? It's not even been a year that I've been a member of a golf club, and I'm still shit at etiquette and everything else. And again, most of the terminology.
All right.
No idea.
Well, I presume it was like bad sportsmanship. Like you can just go noise up your opponent, kind of like sledging in cricket.
Ah, right, okay. Aye, why not?
Liven it up, eh?
So there was a thing that I read about Michael Jordan recently, and I don't know how accurate it is, but seemingly while he was known for his gambling, loved his golf as well, and he was out golfing with someone, and seemingly when they were stood to take a putt, he's unfastening and refastening the Velcro on his golf club. And the boy that's about to take the putt turned around and says to him, "What the fuck are you playing at?" And he said, "If I can make a free throw in front of 20,000 people screaming at me, you can make this putt."
It's a fair point, eh?
I was
I
like,
think that's a
actually,
point. It's like, I didn't get it. You watch it, I know it's darts, it's not really sport. But the noise there. But then you get the tennis players and it's like, quiet please for the hit the ball. But then you
Snooker
can
as well.
scream while you can clap in that while they're playing. Like, and snookers all the time, but like tennis, it's like, quiet please while this guy hits the ball.
Aye.
But when his mate hits it back, you can shout if you want.
All bets
Doesn't
are
make
off.
sense.
Aye.
I
I think
I'm
with
going to
golf,
the golf on Saturday, and I
Are
got
you?
other rules said to me, "Aye, I've got tickets to the work." And they sent this big fucking list of rules, like dress codes and fucking noise and phones.
fucking
And you think,
nonsense.
come on, you fuck! These boys are good enough at golf that surely a fucking camera clicking doesn't put them off.
Aye. I think they should make everybody just have one club.
Aye.
That's what I think they should just do. Pick a club at the start, and you're not restricted to the same club every hole or every time you play. But for the duration of that hole, you can only use the one fucking club, and see how folk get on with that.
they do that as like a wee exhibition from time to time. In fact, there's videos of it on Recast actually, like one club challenge. So
Aye.
they'll do like they'll dip their hand into a bag and they'll pull out a ball that's got like the name of the club. And sometimes they have to both use the same club, and other times like maybe one guy gets the driver for the entire hole, and the other boy will maybe get the putter for the entire hole. It's quite funny to watch. But I'd probably watch that as like a sort of Premier League golf or something, just fucking about golf, like watching all these like really good guys that talk about things with golf clubs that I'll just never understand, like, because it's all my effort to try and hit the thing in the first place, never mind try to put it in a certain direction.
Aye.
Good to watch them, the pros do something like that.
Right, last question of the night comes from Jesus Was a Scot. Said, what's your favourite Hibs badge of all time?
I must admit, I really like the current one. When it came out, and I think they put it on, was the Frank Sosie jersey, the first one that they put it on, you know, the right heavy green shirt with the white
2000.
collar.
Yeah.
When that came out and it had the ship the harp in the castle. Loved it.
Aye,
Thought it
it's
was
my
brilliant.
favourite one. Like the current badge, I think, ticks loads of boxes. It's good. What were you calling?
I don't like the one. I like the one that had the, the one that had the line through the middle with the
Saturn.
sort of.
The Saturn
that
badge,
one.
the beer bottle,
Aye,
whatever they called
aye.
it.
I got my towel stolen at work. I was cycling into work for a while and used to hang the towel up to dry during the day. Came
So
back
sure
at night.
that-
Aye. Must have been because it's like a collector's item.
Aye.
It's a fucking 30-year-old or something, but a 30-year-old towel. Took it to work because it was an old towel. But fucking, why would you steal that? Wait, lost property and everything going. Did anybody hand their towel in? Like, nah, somebody's fucking stole it.
That's brutal,
Aye.
Brutal. It's no a universally popular badge, that one, though, is it?
Did you wipe your arse with it?
Aye.
Flossing.
Maybe it was someone that was stalking you, was getting a good sniff after.
Aye,
Nah, you need it.
you consider that. Right, that's us. That's episode number 3 for the night wrapped up. So, wherever you listen to this, hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back on Monday with Longbangers. We've got, I think, the boys from Strong Opinion Hibs coming on to talk through best players that we've seen at Easter Road. So, looking forward to that. Until then, Colin, John, thanks for coming on. Enjoy your weekend when it comes. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink